Sorry for the slow nature of the traffic a little bit. I'm sure a lot of people are online doing various things. Hello, is this Pearl?
Yes, please, sir.
Pearl,
Good
hello, how
evening.
are you? Good evening,
I'm
good evening.
good,
How are you?
please. Thank you very much for the opportunity. God bless you for your hard work during these trial times.
Thank you, Pearl. Thank you.
Sir, please.
Pearl, you're breaking. Hello, Pearl. Pearl, you are breaking.
Sorry. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Say again, Pearl. Yes, what was the question again?
Hello.
Yes, I can
And
hear
my
you. What's the
question
again?
is, how has COVID-19 changed? How has COVID-19 changed your work at the ministry?
Okay, Pearl, thank you. Let me try and respond to that, and thank you very much for that call. COVID-19. So at first, maybe when I'm doing a press briefing, I have about like 90 journalists coming in there. Now I can't have 90 journalists because of social distancing. Now I have to have just about 20 journalists, and then we set up a social media platform that allows other journalists to send us a question from wherever they are, and then we do well to respond to their question. So what it has done is that it has forced us to do a lot more work as a ministry and to use a lot of technology platforms. In fact, even our town hall meetings, thinking of putting them onto social platforms so that we can engage some more with the rest of the country without necessarily flouting the social distancing protocol. So, Pearl, thank you for your call. That's just a quick update for you. I have a number of, I think I'm not getting a hand of this. I have a number of other call requests that are coming through. So let me do my best to pick as many of them as I can. Joe Appiah. Let me see Joe Appiah. Joe, are you there? Joe, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can see the video feed, but I can't see you. Where are you hiding?
The light is my light is off, so I have to put it on first.
Okay, so switch it on and let me see your face.
Wow. Let me.
Oh, but you must have your light on before you put the call through so that we can see your face. Okay, so you know what? I'll do all to come back to you. While you are trying to get your lights and other things sorted, let me quickly move and see if I can pick some other person. But shall I try again? Put your light on and see your face. Okay? Trying to respond to a number of your calls that are coming through and provide answers that I can to some of the questions that you may have as best as I can. Okay, this one says unable to join. So we may have to find a way to fix that because it says unable to join. Kwabena Busumuru Jr. Let me see if I can get you. Kwabena, let's see. Somebody says you got the chance when your light is low. We are waiting to get the chance.
Hey, sir.
Hi, is this Kwabena Busumuru?
Yes, sir. This is Kwabena Busumuru speaking, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Kwabena. I'm okay. Where are you? Where are you now?
I'm at Achimota. That's where I am.
Ah, Motown. Okay. So
Yes,
let me
sir.
hear you. What's up?
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you for good work done, and then I must congratulate you. You really do an impressive work for Mother Ghana, and the youth of Ghana are really proud of you. And then I want to ask a question, sir. My question has to do with the way and the manner in which security personnel handle people who use cannabis. Is very, very appalling. It's very, very appalling because cannabis. I quite remember I went to East Legon before on East Legon, close to close to the Lagos Avenue Road before KFC. A gentleman was picked up by the police, and then the way they handled, I thought maybe he had a gun or it was a terrorist attack. So the people over there, I asked them what the issue was, and they told me that the guy, they found cannabis on him, and they said you should see the way and the manner in which the gun was being handled. Cannabis users are not thieves; they are not rapists. They are human beings as us. You understand? So the manner in which they handle them is really bad because these people need help. They need rehabs and all that. So I mean, that's a little thing I have to say. God bless you for wonderful work being done.
Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you for your call. Listen, if you recall, during lockdown period, we kept talking about the fact that we want to do democratic policing because we don't believe that, listen, just because somebody has broken the law or has committed an offense, that person should be manhandled. No. And so it's not for me. I mean, for me, it's not even about cannabis. It's about anybody who is suspected as having broken any law of Ghana. I am a lawyer myself, and even when people are suspected of having broken the laws, they have rights that must be respected by the police and everybody else as they go about it. So I hear you loud and clear. I don't even think it's about cannabis. It's about general handling of persons who are suspected of having broken the law, and it's important that the police and all of us treat them respecting the necessary rights and actually go to court to prove that these persons have flouted the laws. And if indeed they have flouted the laws, we deal with them just as the law will permit. David Bossman, I can see you watching. David Bossman, I can see you watching. I haven't seen you in a very long time. How are you, my brother? It's good to see that you are online as well. So let me try and still take some more of your video calls. We've done about 30 minutes so far of this live chat. Let's see how many more we can take before we wrap up. I have Nanaya 168. Okay, let's see, who is this Nanaya 168? I still see people having the same challenge of unable to join. So if your thing is saying unable to join, you may want to try again. Nanaya 168, I'm sorry, but I think your call is dropped already. Let me see, this is Prosper Toyin. Is this who I think it is? Is this Stonebwoy I see? Okay, he says mine as well. Stonebwoy, I see you. I see you, Stonebwoy. Let me see if I can tap into your call. I'm pinning your comments now, but let me see if it's gonna work.
Good evening, Honorable.
Good evening. I can't see the video. May I know who this is?
Good evening, Honorable.
Good evening. I can't see the video feed. May I know who this is?
Honorable, this is Prosper Tony.
Oh, hi, Prosper. I picked your call. Let me hear you. I can't see you, but let me.
Honorable, this is Prosper Tony. It's a pleasure.
Go ahead, Prosper. Too bad, Prosper. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Prosper. Hello? Okay, let me go back to requested calls and try and pick a bit more. Prosper, I lost your call there. Let me see. This is Ewusi Mary. Let me see if I can pick Ewusi Mary. Mary, are you there? Can you hear me? Mary, are you there? Okay, guys, you have to really be in a place with a good network. It's preferable if you have a Wi-Fi platform where you are. so that it's easier to get a connection through, and that your line will be stable as well. Because I really would like to see you and talk to you as well. Else, I'll just have to be reading your comments and trying my best to respond to it. But I'd like to see your face as well. Benedict Pope. Let's hope you have a good connection. Benedict Pope. I think I'm getting a video feed. I can only see your car. I can't see you. Where are you hiding? Okay, so the view is that it is my network and not yours. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Why don't I try and move my feed somewhere else and see if it will work. Not to worry. Let me see if I can move my feed somewhere else and see if you'll get a better connection wherever you are. Let me just go into my office and see if I'll get a good feed. Yes, that's it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
And I must say, I want to commend you for your good work that you do. And I have just one prophecy for you, and then one recommendation, suggestion for you. Now,
let me hear the recommendation. Let me hear the recommendation. Yeah, that's for prophecies. They are not good for live platforms. Before you know, somebody will say, "Charlie, okay, you are dying. This is happening." So just let me hear the recommendation and text me the prophecy later.
Okay. So the recommendation is why is it that the donations towards the COVID-19 fund, we want to see, I think it should be proper for transparency sake. It should be published, those donations. We should have a website where people can also have a look at it and then see the number of people who are donating as well. You get it? It's very important for transparency sake.
Yeah.
People think that because we are in election period, you'll be taking advantage of it and be misusing the funds. So please just make the list available, the company so and so, and the amount they've donated on the website so that we all can see. The second thing is, when we go for the Tiber meetings or Kojo meetings, the last time I said over there that you will be the future Vice President to Baumia. So please take it and say amen.
Oh, I beg you. Thanks for your call. Benedict, so I think your suggestion that we should, how do I put it? We should publish a list of donors to the COVID-19 fund is a brilliant suggestion. And we'll suggest it to the fund. There's something that people don't know. People don't know that fund that people are contributing to is not a fund that belongs to, let's say, the executive arm of government. It doesn't belong to the executive arm of government. It is a fund that is being managed by the former Chief Justice and her team. So it's not us. Is that Stonebwoy?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Honorable.
Bim, 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 bim.
Thank you, Honorable, for the opportunity. Like when I heard it, I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. I'm doing well. Thank you very much. This is probably my first time. I'm fine. Everything is cool, sir. Everything is cool, and I've been watching the conversation as well. When I was prompted to join, I was glad to also have to add my voice as a creative, because in this Corona season, trust me, man, too many things have been exposed. You know, like
I know, right?
already existing problems that we all have been trying to fight. You know, from the youngsters like myself to the predecessors who have assumed certain positions to be able to fix things for the creative and art industry, you know. And
but how are you coping? If I just may, sorry, let me ask, how are you coping? Because I know you just did your Unloga album, etc. How is it affecting, let's say, your side of the world? I know how I'm suffering here. How are you suffering?
Thank you. Well, as humans, we are facing it, and we all have to join forces together, and that is what I think the world at large is doing. You know, but as a creative, you know, who have had my works out there and who seeks to continue to be able to work, it's not been easy at all, and especially it's not been easy before. You know, it only looks gloomy. But now with this global pandemic, we have all been well exposed. That brings us to a point where we have to reposition ourselves. And you realize that most of us are hungry. I am hungry. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us are hungry, but we are the same ones who have to also do, give backs and try to also use the little income that we've been able to save from the music that we do or the creative material to give back to community, so as to still stay like, oh yeah, that's the guy. Meanwhile, we're suffering actually. And when we look into the future of what our system is or what our creative industry is now, there's actually no hope, honestly speaking, because we see our predecessors swindling down every time when they grow old.
Yeah, when you see some of the pictures and the videos of the former artists and entertainers,
and that is where we are headed to as well. Maybe we are young now, but that is where we are headed to if we're not able to do anything about it. And I think the corona situation has brought us an opportunity to at least grab the bull by the horn with everyone involved. And I think that government have tried to support, the arts industry one way or the other, but it definitely doesn't end up, honestly speaking, it doesn't really end up well. So much so that that yes, some things are moving, because it only seeks to address one part of the problem, and that is like massaged a little bit. But the general problem, which has been from time till now, has always been. So with this opportunity, I mean, I know that I would use this platform and voice out some of the things that I think is really, really, really important. For yesterday, for instance, I met with my own brother Shatawale. I wear them.
How's he doing?
Yeah.
How's he doing? How's Shatta doing?
He's doing fine, but we are all hungry. So it's like a hungry nation right now.
We will find some future.
Yeah. I seen, the hunger is not actually directed to.
I mean, it's not like the industry is bubbly and activities are happening.
Yes,
so I get it.
So there are a few things I would want to put in front of you, and I know that there are some things that you'd also have to ask to know, and I'll do my best to also explain it. Standing at this point as a creative as well, who at least have come this far to be able to speak.
So, so maybe I should ask you to hit me up with a few things that from your side of things you are considering. What are the kind of things that you think we should do more to assist the industry?
Thank you, Honorable. But before I answer that, I want to ask, how do you see the Ghana music industry as musicians? How do you see us? That would actually guide me to know how important, to see what level we are on in the first place. How do you see your industry, your Ghana music industry, or your creative industry, especially the music?
No, Charlie, we've come very far. I mean, if I look at how the industry was when I was a bit younger, and today, how many of you guys are using technology and are even now going global. It's impressive what many of you are doing, are blowing my mind. This afternoon, as I was driving back into Accra, I was in part of the Ashanti region in my constituency over the weekend. But as I was driving into Accra, I was listening to Kiddy's Enjoyment. And I was like, Charlie, the boys are doing music and are doing well. And we have to find a way by which we can support you guys, make a lot of value or, capture a lot of value out of it and spread your wings globally a bit more. One of the things that I think we need to do, maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself, is that we need to encourage you guys to also diversify your revenue portfolio. There are a lot of our artists who are very reliant on shows.
But the income is not even consistent to even start to plan towards it. Like I hear this a lot, like people say, oh, Stone, I meet a lot of honorable people who say, how are you diversifying your income? Honestly, the income is just one way kind of. And where we are supposed to actually make our money or our works worth is Ghana, where we have the farm base, but there is absolutely almost nothing in place apart from the events.
Yes,
which we all depend on. So diversifying, we would love to have coaches like yourself and the rest, but there's nothing to diversify with.
No, but Stone, you see, when I say diversifying, what Corona has also showed us that, for example, if many of us take our digital distribution very seriously. A lot of the artists, if we take the
Sorry,
digital distribution,
should
yes,
I
sir.
cut so that it adds up to the digital?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
go
so
ahead, go ahead. It's a
that taking the
conversation. Go ahead.
digital distributing seriously.
Yeah.
Yes, that is one of the main points that I was going to ask, that we help, or the government helps for us to be able to digitally see what is going on, and even pay per play and all these ones like it's happening
Yes.
in the other parts of the
I
world.
agree.
So you're right. We have to take it serious, but there are no machinery in place. Neither is the system well positioned or transparent for us as younger ones to be able to digitally monetize what is even going on, to even be able to get revenues that is equated to what it is out of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's,
Yeah.
sorry to
No.
interrupt.
So I think we are both agreeing that one of the things that maybe government and you, the players, should do is to work more on strengthening the digital platforms so that people will not just even have Ghana alone as a market, but now it's a global market, and for everybody who's downloading one of your tracks, etc. You know, whether it's 50 cents or $2 or whatever that is coming in. Beyond that as well, and I agree, even though there's Apple Music and all of these ones, if there are some other ways by which we can collaborate stronger to achieve that, it's a solid idea. Beyond that as well, I think I've seen you do it. Some of you have your own merchandising.
Absolutely.
And it helps whether corona or no corona. The hunger level will come down small because
you
have
will
other
come down.
Thank
you. Internationally, I think most of us, like me and the Shatters and the Saminis and Sarkodiyas, internationally we are positioning ourselves gradually because our works do actually travel out there by this same digital means. But the trouble is that you don't expect Stonebwoy to be to make enough money. Like, for instance, I don't want to even compare too high. I want to find an artist, but you don't expect me to make enough money in Nigeria or in Guinea or in UK than I would make here as a resident artist.
Yeah, at home. Yeah.
So as much as the systems are, and we are all, some of us have one or two things going on over there, it needs to connect to the Ghana market itself. Because this is where I walk up in the streets and I get the highest number of fans rushing to me, more than abroad or in Europe. So
I get you.
We have to connect the global systems or the digital stuff to what we have here so that they can be able to read. Most of these people, we do meetings and they say, but in Ghana, we can't find this, we can't find that, we can't see this, we can't see that. But elsewhere, they're able to pick one or two things which translate into the small monies that we get. This same monies is what we put back into our craft, the videos, the brand, everything else, and these are the same ones that we have to give back as well. I'm just speaking about that. And this is the same that we have to feed families with. So it becomes really worrying when you realize that we are like a 30 million population. If only 2 million stream my song or purchase my song properly through the right channel, I think some of the musicians will be able to help the government do a lot of things, because we will be paying taxes anyway, where we will, because the creative industry has long been the backbone of a lot of countries, but not here, because our stuff is not being well monitored, digitally.
Monetized back home. No, you have a solid point. I'll make you a promise. The Minister for Creative Arts is a very good friend of mine, Barbara. So I think maybe what we'll do is that as things are winding down, I'll get her and her team, and we'll get some of you guys to go over the conversation again.
We have to get the younger ones, also plus the elderly ones, and who have already been in place, who are always sitting in for us. Because what I want to send across, without being disrespectful, is my humble opinion, is that most of these things, they don't look attractive to us, because most of us do feel like there's nothing going on. So we have to focus on where we can run, instead of sort of wasting time where people that we trust that can also fix things are there already. And so what are we to go add to the thing when we can hit the road and get other things done? So when you call these meetings, I would beg that, especially myself, Shatta, Samini and Sarkodie, and Edem, Ponobium, Medical, all these brothers who are, that vibes, who are pushing currently, can probably sit in the meeting, so that you guys can get it from yeah, so a bit to me, because or come no,
The
no,
horses will move.
yeah,
Okay, so Stone, I make that promise to you. When we wind down on all of this thing, I'll get
yeah.
let me ask how everything affect and Logan and how you hit it out there. How did it affect it?
Thank you. In two ways, I think it's good and bad, but I share the good first because it has actually because many people aren't going anywhere. We are all at home, and therefore, when this project was coming, people thought it wouldn't come because of the coronavirus, just because I called off my tours and stuff. But we still pushed, and the reception is crazy. We're running like 12 million streams on AudioMac only. So assuming that relates to Ghana and other things, you know what I mean, that will put a
So
lot
I
of
remember
smile
that
on
you
my
are not
face.
hungry. You are
And
chopping, but
also,
you are not hungry.
no, but it doesn't, I mean, assuming that, I'm just saying that for how good the album is doing, like people are ready to consume us as creatives worldwide, globally. But in Ghana, I mean, the things you have to fix. The album, like, this is it. I might have to give you a copy as well, like so you can have and feel crazy with the songs on it. So the reception has been good, but the bad side is that we have not been able to do anything on the road, which is, for instance, some of the concerts that I would organize to do like a proper launch or I can't hit the road with it properly. But I pray that it subsides. When the coronavirus subsides, I will continue. When it subsides, I'll continue with that part of the plan. Sorry, that was an interruption. So I could try to call in. So
No, it's
somebody
okay.
get him on the line,
No, it's okay.
if you can. Yeah. So the
Tell
album
him
is
that if he
definitely
wants to
doing
join,
well
we're happy
online.
to have him join our conversation.
Exactly. The album is definitely doing well, but can do better. It's only like less than a month after release, and the online sales and stuff that are going on elsewhere and Ghana's reception to it is amazing. So that is the good part of it. And the bad part, like I said, we can't hit road yet with it, and we can't do shows yet. And we pray that the coronavirus subsides. Else, we might not be able to even do the Beam concerts and do other events to be able to get the album into some of the, other parts of Ghana and the world.
Okay. My brother, I think you're doing well.
Thank you
I'm
very
happy
much.
at least some of the ideas that we've shared, and I'll look forward to this meeting so that we can do some more. On your
Exactly.
album, you have a
Yeah.
song, Good Morning.
Yeah.
The only part I can listen to, the rest
That's
I
your
can't
favorite.
That's my favorite. But I mean, after Pan the Hanky or something, I can't hear the rest again. The part will take too much.
Oh, it's easy. No, the part one don't tick like that. You don't tick like that, If it's simple. You go have the lyrics too, because right now the lyrics are all out. So when you stream them or you play them, you can also access the lyrics, over there as well. So by so doing, I know I've had a lot of points written down and all of that, but I think with the promise that I've been made right now that we will set up meeting and have everybody sit to delve into the things proper. It wouldn't be necessary to start going over, because I mean a lot of people are on the line who wants to grab you as well. But I just want to say thanks to the Ghana government and especially yourself. I know you are one of you are the youth's favorite, and we trust that because you're young and all, you can also drive our concerns for us. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
I'm really grateful. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bless.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stonebwoy sharing his thoughts and how it's affecting his industry with us. We've done about an hour now, but we still have lots of other calls out there. So I'm going to set up this meeting for Stonebwoy and the rest of the team to meet the Minister for Tourism and Creative Arts, and particularly how they do this local version of these digital distribution platforms will be really helpful. Let me see who else I can pick. I have Daddy Yao. That's a cute name, Daddy Yao. Daddy Yao. Let's see if. Hello, Daddy Yao.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Good, What's up with you?
Good. I have been putting some things online about the information that's come up on the internet about the deaths, corona deaths, if you like. And most of it seems to be diabetes. As a country, and you being the information minister, I'm just wondering, what can we do? In your position as you are, and the government in general, how can we promote the likes of how to beat down diabetes and hypertension, and mainly just looking after ourselves, if you like? If you think about it carefully, most of us in Ghana have a lot of hypertension and diabetes, but none of us knows about it. I'm just thinking, how can we promote that?
And it's the comorbidities that are killing people. People get it, but very often it's when they have these other conditions that is also affecting them. I think what this does is that it brings to mind the need to pay more attention to all of these other ailments that are on a daily basis hurting a lot of people. You notice that the Ghana Health Service has been talking about the fact that they don't want healthcare for other things to go down just because of corona and its treatment. And we need to up general education and general conversation about the other issues like diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, and all of those things that are also equally affecting people, and even in this case of corona, leading to the death of other people. I know that Dr. Abuaje and his team and Dr. Bedu Sarkodie and his team are working out how, once this settles, we can push that one a bit more. So I think your comment and your question reinforces it. We'll keep reminding them, and we'll see how they take it up from there. Okay, my brother?
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I just want to congratulate you for the good job you did.
Thank you.
Just one more question.
Very quickly, and then I'll take two more, and then we can wrap up. Say again, when is what fellow Ghanaians happening?
When is fellow Ghanaians? Yeah.
End of the month. So you wrap up, okay?
All right.
All right. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
And then, thank you, Daddy. Okay, Daddy. So what I'll do is that I'll post a general address that you can reach me. I'm going to take two final calls, and then we will wrap up. Two final calls, and then we will wrap up. Let me go back to the request page. Is that Manucci, UK, something? Let me see. I have, no, I think it's Mancunian, UK, something. Hello? I think his line is dropped. So let me take final two, and then we will wrap up. Bernice, you are the last but one that I will take. Are you there, Bernice? Bernice, are you there? I can't see your face. Hello, Bernice. No, I'm not getting Bernice. So let me move from Bernice, and then let me take a last one, or last but one. Let me see. Rita Pia. Let me see if I can find Rita. Rita, where are you? No, I can't find Rita. Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Kojo Oppong Nkrumah from Germany.
Hi, Kojo, you're calling from Germany. How are you?
Hello. Yes. I'm fine. And you?
I'm okay. You're keeping safe?
Oh, yes.
Talk to me. What's up?
Yeah, my question is, what are the lessons the government has drawn from the coronavirus pandemic?
The lessons?
The lessons, yes.
Okay. So we've studied a lot of what the world has done, and we've tried to find local solutions that fit our context. One of the things that we've learned is that if we wait on the general surveillance that the world is doing, our hospitals will be overwhelmed. That's why we've decided to do what we call the aggressive surveillance, going out there into people's homes and communities where we think people are at risk and testing these people. The trick is that then the people we find, they are not the usual people they find in Germany and other parts of the world who are sick and in need of ventilators, etc. They are asymptomatic. That means they are early exposure, not sick, and therefore we can support them quickly, and then they can build strong immunities to overcome it quickly. It's one of the major lessons that we have learned by even just observing what has worked and not worked elsewhere. Ghana is also one of the first countries to do the mandatory quarantine of people who are traveling within our borders. Initially, we started with a request that you should self-isolate. Then later we said, no, the self-isolation, we're not even sure everybody's doing it. So let's do mandatory quarantine. That was how come we mandatorily quarantined about 1,030 people, out of which I think over 100 tested. So yeah, those are the lessons, and we hope other countries will also pick a bit of it from it. Okay?
Okay, I see. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nkrumah. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Keep safe, my brother. Keep safe. I'm going to take a very final one, and then we'll wrap up. Very final one, and then we'll wrap up. Let me see who we can take a final one from. Final call. Let me see. Bernice. Let me see if I can see Bernice. Bernice, are you there? It takes a while for the call to connect, so please forgive me. Bernice, are you there?
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Bernice. Good evening. Your connection is funny, but I can still hear you. Good evening, Bernice.
My question is it possible there's going to be an election this year? And then if there is no election, what happens?
Okay. Bernice, thank you. Okay, I'll take yours as a final question and let me respond. I can hear a dog barking in the background.
Yes.
But listen, the election 2020 will come on, because if you look at our constitution, it doesn't envisage, unless we're in a state of emergency, it doesn't envisage a situation where we will postpone the elections. Apart from that, the president is also not minded to use coronavirus as an excuse to just extend his term. So just as how Mali and I think South Korea have had elections, and America and other countries will also be having elections, we should find ways by which we can have elections and protect the population. That's the kind of conversation that maybe in the coming weeks and months we should be having. How do we protect the population and still have an election? And all ideas can be welcome at that stage, Bernice. So guys, we've done about an hour, and I want to thank all of you, the 1,700 and something people who have joined us for this IG chat. I couldn't take everybody's call. I think initially the network was a bit funny, so I had to move location. Forgive me if I couldn't get through to you earlier. It's my first IG live call, so I'm learning it small, so forgive me. And thank you for all of those who also called. Stonebwoy, my heart goes out to you. Charlie, thank you for the ideas that you've brought, and I hope we meet at the table with the guys to explore the digital distribution platforms. President Akufo-Addo will speak to us getting to the end of the month. He's extended a lot of things to the end of the month. So he'll speak to us getting to the end of the month, hopefully to tell us if we've been able to arrive at some measures that allow us to de-escalate some of the restrictions and how to face those ones in. And I think we can all look forward to it. But in the meantime, keep safe, wear your mask if you're going out, wash your hands with soap and running water, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer in the absence of that one. And keep your social distance, at least about 2 meters when you are engaging with somebody else. And it is my expectation that we'll have an opportunity to do this again. And by that time, I'll get the picking of the calls right so that it's easier for you to get through. Okay? So thank you very much. Enjoy your Sunday evening. Salute.